Good afternoon, vinyl community. It's Phil from Destinational Vinyl. This is my episode 6 of my record album collection that I'm cataloging here live so I can go over it again and catch it on Discogs because I made mistakes entering it. So I'm just going to get right into this. I'm going to go through 2 boxes today. This is from starting at P to ending with REO Speedwagon. Excuse me. First up is Elaine Paige Stages. And why would a rock guy have that, you say? For the song Memories. There's a beautiful song of Memory from Cats. The only good thing about that play that I liked anyway. Robert Palmer, this is Secrets. And Riptide, that cover's the same as the front. And Canadian band from back east, probably not known all across the line. They were really good. Parachute Club from back in the 80s. They were really a lively act, and this is At the Feet of the Moon. If you want to know what these guys are about, look up that song on YouTube, At the Feet of the Moon. That's a great song. And Small Victories. And we get into some Alan Parsons, one of my favorite groups. And I have just about everything of theirs. I, Robot. That was a hard one to prove to find. And let's see, Ammonia Avenue. I know these are not in chronological order, which is one of the reasons why I have to go through my Discogs as I watch this, so I can put them back in order. And I have 2 of these. This is Tales of Mystery and Imagination, where he puts Edgar Allan Poe's poems to music, and that's one version, and then a second version. They have 2 different copies of that. Pyramid, really good album. All of these ones are really good. Eve was a great album. Turn of a Friendly Card, that cover. This is called Vulture Culture. That cover's pretty much the same. Stereotomy. Of course, Eye in the Sky, that was a big hit back in the 80s. That's a really good album. And this one, Gaudi. And his last album, I think it was anyway, The Secret. And we get into some Tom Petty. You're Gonna Get It. Of course, the classic Damn the Torpedoes, just a fantastic album. One of my favorites. There's a bad song on there. Long After Dark. Hard Promises. Sort of cool back cover shots of the band. Pack Up the Plantation Live. This is a nice double set. This is a really good listen, that one. Full Moon Fever. This one I wasn't so keen on, Southern Accents. That's it for my Tom Petty. No, it's not. Yes, it is actually. Okay. And if any of you have ever seen the movie Saving Private Ryan, I'm sure everybody has. The scene before the final battle, they're sitting around the old wrecked town listening to music. That was a lady by the name of Edith Piaf, who was a Second World War singer. And what is this? Oh, I forgot I had this. Yeah, I got this for Halloween, for Halloween parties. Bobby Pickett, Monster Mash. I've never actually listened to anything on there but that one. Every time I have a Halloween party, of course, everybody wants to hear that, so we've got to have it. Oh my god, I have a lot of Pink Floyd. Debut Pink Floyd. This is, where is that? I'm not sure which one of the debut. That's A Saucer Full of Secrets. And Obscured by Clouds. Relics, which is just a collection of older songs. I had 2 or 3 copies of that. My buddy Greg is a Pink Floyd fanatic, and he has every copy of that thing. Amagama, some weird experimental stuff on that. Atom Heart Mother, a very used copy. Someone wrote his name on it. Soundtrack from the film More. I don't remember much of that. It was mostly instrumental, I think. This is called A Nice Pair. It's Piper at the Gates of Dawn and A Saucer Full of Secrets in one collection. And one of my favorites, Metal. Well, the second side of that is just fantastic, just historic. And the second half of my Floyd collection. This is the 30th anniversary edition of Dark Side of the Moon, and according to Discogs, this is my second most valuable album. Opened it to see, make sure everything is in there. It's got the postcards and the posters and all of that stuff, and this is my original copy. Well loved, well played. My favorite album of all time, that is. Wish You Were Here, and Hypnosis with some great album covers. And Animals, probably my second favorite Floyd. The Wall. When I open this, I wish I had kept the shrink wrap now with the sticker with the printing of it and the album title. Final Cut, which I thought was a real disappointment, probably one of my least favorite of theirs. Delicate Sound of Thunder. And A Momentary Lapse of Reason. Not a fantastic one in my opinion, but I do like it. Just not my favorite. Okay. Robert Plant, Pictures at 11. And Principle of Moments. And it's incredible hearing the difference between Robert Plant's solos of when he sang for Zeppelin. It just has a much more, it's now in Zen. This has a much more restrained voice, I think, in there. Platinum Blonde, Contact. And Pointer Sister, Breakout. And I have this one for Jump, and I'm so excited because everybody, again, at parties wants to hear those. Okay, carry on, we're almost through this box. Poison, Open Up and Say Ah. Not big into Poison, but I didn't mind that one album. Iggy Pop, Blah Blah Blah. It's got the hit Real Wild Child on it. And The Police, Outland D'Amour. I think that's how you say that. And Ghost in the Machine. Regatta de Blanc. And Zenyatta Mondatta. I'm not sure what all these album titles mean. And Synchronicity. Not sure what the front cover is and what the back cover is on that one. And local band, Powder Blues. And I have 2 versions of this. Because when it came out, they were on a little local label called Blue, or what was it called? Blue Wave. And then when they made it big, they came out on RCA. So this is my Blue Wave, the original release. And then they, when they started to make it big and made some money off it, RCA signed them up. And that's on the RCA label. This one is autographed by all the bands. I saw them live a couple of times, and they all took time to sign it one time for me. This is their second release, Thirsty Ears. Really good upbeat dance, rhythm, blues music. Party Line. And this one was really cool. Red Hot True Blue. It's 2 records, double set, and one is real upbeat music, and the other one is for more traditional blues, slower music. And this one is live at Montreux. Moving on up, Robert Palmer, Power Station. 33 1/3. Kick-ass version of Bang a Gong, old T-Rex song. Then into Elvis Presley, which I don't have a lot of. I'm not a huge Elvis fan. I've got Elvis, a Canadian tribute. That sticker is there. Oh, that residue is on the album too. Let's see if I can clean that up. But that's a Canadian tribute. And then there's this old TV Records Collector's Edition with 5 LPs in it. Oh, we've even got a license plate. The box is fell apart at one point. Down the bottom, I'm going to have to make a note to go through and prepare the box. A little bit of glue should do that nicely. Yeah, that's it for that box, and we're moving on up to the rest of my letter P. Pretenders, the singles, that's all I have from Pretenders. Not one of my favorite bands, I think that's all I really need from them. And another local band from Vancouver, Prism. This was their first album, and one of the leaders in this band, Tom Lavin, left them when he didn't like the direction they were going, and he formed Powder Blues. He didn't want to get into the rock scene. And this is their second release, See Forever Eyes. This one was a great album, Armageddon. And here is this is a limited edition DJ copy of a live album of Prism. Was never released. Live Tonight, I think that was in Detroit's Royal Oak Theater. It's on blue vinyl, very limited. I've never seen another one of those. This is a fantastic album too. Young and Restless, great album that one is. Love that cover too. Greatest hits package. After that, the lead singer passed away. Later on with a new singer, Small Changes. And Beat Street, and that was their last release for years and years. They did come up with a revamped lineup a few years ago, and they have a new singer. Well, one of the old fellows in the band, the original member, is the lead singer now. I just don't like the direction they went. Pursuit of Happiness, Love Junk. These guys are great. These guys are a lot of fun. And the second one from them, One-Sided Story. Next we get into the Q's. And we have Suzi Quatro. This is just titled Quatro. And this is Agoraphobia. And this is the Suzi Quatro story. Christina, remember, it's the greatest hits package. That's it for her. Then we get into Queen. Queen is my favorite band, so I got a lot of them. The original debut album. It's an original pressing, still in fantastic shape. Second album. Sheer Heart Attack. And Night at the Opera. And this, I'm sad to say, is showing some wear and tear. I don't know what this is. I want to say it's mold, but it's not, because it's never been wet. I don't know what this is, but the cover is really modeling. Let's see if I can find a great copy of the jacket on that one. And the one that started it all for them with me was the races that I bought from a library way back when I was 12, 13 years old. And had to hear more of these guys. This was the first Queen album I bought. This is still my original copy. News of the World, fantastic album. Based off the science fiction magazine cover. This was the tour I saw, the Live Killers, when they came to Vancouver. And they were promoting the jazz album, I think. Yeah, they were promoting the jazz album. Song from jazz on that. And Play the Game, well, just the game. This is an EP. This is an extended version of Hammer to Fall. I found at a record swap meet. This is a promo copy. And worst album they ever did, Hot Space. my favorite band, so I gotta have it for the collection. Innuendo, this is courtesy of my friend at State Channel Hitch a Ride, Bernard in Quebec, sent this to me. And the newer albums are so hard to find on vinyl, especially since that movie Bohemian Rhapsody came out. Everyone snaps up their albums as soon as they see them. This is The Kind of Magic. And because I can't find some of the new albums, I got Greatest Hits Volume 2. And this has a lot of the later songs on it. And of course, when it hit the stores, I had to be one of the first in line to buy this, the soundtrack for the film. Just awesome. And my favorite band, so there's still 3 or 4 albums in there I'm actually missing, but I keep searching and I will one day find them. Unless I don't. Okay, let's see, we're still into cues. And from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Queen City Kids. That's a fantastic album. I think they only did 2 albums. And there's that one. I think they only did 2 albums. Man, they were a good band. And Queensryche. Not big on them. That album is called The Warning. And then I have 2 from Quiet Riot, Mental Health, and from my To Be Played box, because it took me a long time to find this, was Condition Critical, so that's still to be played. And we get into the R's. Okay, we have Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow Rising. And we have Difficult to Cure. And Straight Between the Eyes. And there's so many, again, this metal and hard rock stuff is hard to find nowadays. People are hanging onto their collections, and when they do show up in the stores, they're snapped up pretty quick. Bonnie Raitt. The Glow. Love Bonnie Raitt, such a smoky, rosy voice. Luck of the Draw. And I searched for years for that one too, that was hard to find. The Rascals, Timepiece, Greatest Hits. And the Ramones, Road to Ruin. Rocket to Russia, it's a new vinyl. I did once upon a time have an original copy of that, but it was just thrashed. Best of Johnny Ray. And second one, Greatest Hits. I didn't even know if those were mine. Wow, that went up in the collection. Never mind, I'll look into it. Red Rider, which you may know as Tom Cochrane, was the lead singer, and later just became known as Tom Cochrane. But Red Rider, Don't Fight It, that was their first album. And Breaking Curfew. As far as Cyan, that's a great album that has Lunatic Fringe on it. Neruda, really good to see live Tom Cochrane and Red Rider. And there's where he changed his name to Tom Cochrane and Red Rider. I guess he wanted more of the front billing. And Victory Day. And Mad Mad World, which has, of course, Life is a Highway, Mad Mad World, No Regrets, Sinking Like a Sunset, Like Red. So many of these songs were hits. And then we get into another one of my favorite bands that I'm trying to complete. There's still 3 albums there that I haven't got. And that's REO Speedwagon. And This Time We Mean It. It's just self-titled. And Lost in a Dream. And this is REO 2. And Riding the Storm Out. The double live album, that's a really good one. And 9 Lives. And Then we get into the hit making days. Good Trouble was a good album. Of course, these are all out of order. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. Wheels are Turning. And of course, High Infidelity. I think everybody had that at some point in time. And this one is called Life as We Know It. Not their best release, but I still like it. Like I said, there's 2 or 3 more of theirs that I have not got, but I'm still looking for. I don't know if they're on vinyl or not. If they are, it's only going to be new vinyl. And then I got a couple more that are in my to be played box, and that's Rat Out of the Cellar and Invasion of Your Privacy. I like those guys, they're not bad at all. And then we got a sort of a greatest hits thing from REO, a decade of rock and roll 70 to 80. That's all in my to be played box because I'm far behind in that. Well, I'm getting better at this. This is only 21 minutes, this one. I might go through another box right now, but I'm not set up for it. I gotta move some stuff around. So I'll thank you for watching, and we'll see you again with episode 7. Bye.